Hello, welcome back in this video of class 12th on the face of it, written by Susan Hill. And in this very chapter, the writer, he wants to give a kind of a hope to those who are disabled, and he wants them to be optimistic in their life, and he wants them to present their life in a way that they'll shine and outshine that disability. So now we'll go through the summary part. The story starts with the teenage boy, Derry. The name of the boy is Derry, who enters a garden. His face is burnt on one side because acid fall onto his face, and his face burned, and he has a scar now. And he's afraid of facing people because people make fun of him. So that's why he's afraid of just facing people. He has chosen isolation to avoid embarrassment on the behalf of the society. Look, whenever we see any kind of these people, we usually does not feel the pain they are going through. We just see these disabilities and we make fun of those disabilities. We do not see how much pain this fun making can be on their feelings and how much they can feel bad for it. So in this very chapter, it is shown by the writer that Derry, who is a little boy who has a scar on his face, how he feels in the society when his own family members commented that he should be there in the hospital with others like him, so he should not be at home. And two ladies commented that he should he is a kind of a person whom nobody will love. Only this face can be loved by his mother. So these kind of faces, these kind of, or they call him a monster. So these kind of comments embarrassed him, and he just chose isolation rather than remaining in the society. When he enters the garden, he finds someone already there and tries to leave because he does not want to feel any embarrassment further on. But Mr. Lamb, who is the owner of the garden, he stops him from quitting. Though Mr. Lamb is a kind of a person who has kept his gates open. He is lame. He has kept his gates open of the garden so that everybody is welcome. But Derry was not knowing this very thing, and he just trespassed through a wall. But now he tries to leave, but Mr. Lamb just stops him. Derry feels guilty, but he is just thinking that he'll face again embarrassment, and he'll be ashamed of himself, and he will be embarrassed by the person. But Mr. Lamb welcomes him. He welcomes him. People did not like his face. That's why after a certain conversation, Mr. Lamb came to know that people does not like his face. That's why he thinks and wants to leave. He does not want to stay over there. He thought that Lamb will be same kind of a person, but Lamb wants him to stay and consoles him because Lamb himself has gone through such disability, but he was positive, he was optimistic, and he has changed that scenario of his life. Now Mr. Lamb state to him that he has a tin leg and how kids make fun of him, but he enjoys his life to the fullest. That means Mr. Lamb has taken the positive statements of the life, or we can say positive things of the life, and he is just choosing those positive aspects to enjoy his life. But he has an optimistic approach over here. He's enjoying his life to the fullest while staying inside and just working into his garden. He's climbing those. He has just defeated that disability. He is climbing those ladders to just grab apples, and just he has a huge orchard in front of his house. It's Derry was thinking it to be an abandoned one, but there was Mr. Lamb. So Derry reveals his fear, hatred, and depression about being in such a condition. Mr. Lamb keeps on emphasizing about optimistic approach. They become friends, and Mr. Lamb asks Derry to assist him in his orchard. So now he was little comfortable, and he was able to just draw out his feelings, and he said that it was fear, hatred towards society, and depression, which make me feel isolation, which make me feel embarrassed in the company of others. So that's why I kept myself isolated, aloof. But Mr. Lamb, he emphasized on positive thinking. He said that there are not each and every human being is not same. There are people who will love you in the same manner. So they become friends, and Mr. Lamb asks him to assist him into his own garden. So he gives a kind of a job to him in his own orchard. Derry state that he lives too far and he had not told his mother about the thing, and Mr. Lamb wants him to go back and get permission from his mother, on which there is a little argument, but soon Derry agrees. He agrees to go out, he agrees to move to that very place. Derry is not permitted at first by his mother. She knows that there are crooked people in the society who can take benefit of my child, my lad. But Derry wants to keep the promise, so he comes back and he comes to help this Mr. Lamb. In the meantime, Mr. Lamb thinks that Derry will not come back. So what he did, he climbed the ladder on his own to pluck the crab apples. So what happens? He falls down and dies on the same time. When Derry approaches, on the other hand, he returns to the garden, but sees Mr. Lamb lying on the floor. So what he does, he ran up to the body. He attempts to move him, but finds him dead and begins to weep, because it was the hope which has changed Derry a little bit, which has given a ray of light into the dark life of Derry. So now we will see critical analysis. The writer wants to say that we should not feel ashamed of our appearances, rather we should be positive and optimistic. That means if we have any kind of disability, if we have any kind of problem, we should not take it as a kind of a thing and a thing which we should be ashamed of. No, we should take it positive and in an optimistic manner. There are persons who are disabled, they beg, but there are persons who are disabled, they are the competitive, they cracked the competitive exams and they became officers. So the thing is that they have taken this life in an optimistic manner, they have positive approach. So that's why. But those who are beggars, they have taken in an pessimist manner, they have negative approach towards life. So that's why it had made difference in their life. Derry, a teenager, highly pessimistic and withdrawn from mainstream society. Derry is highly pessimistic over here. He is withdrawn from this mainstream society because society is not giving him due, we can say, honor or regard. That's why he has eloped himself. So Derry alone cannot be blamed for this antisocial approach, as once two women commented about his monstrous appearance and said this face can only loved by a mother. So this is the society which need to be blamed over here. It's not only that Derry need to be blamed for his aloofness, for his isolation, for his pessimistic thoughts. No, it is society as well, where example is given that two women they were talking about the monstrous appearance of the boy. So it is society as well which has to be blamed over here. So Mr. Lamb developed a positive attitude with his deformity. He worked hard to defeat his impairment. That means Mr. Lamb has also that deformity. He was having thin leg, but what he did, he worked hard to defeat that impairment and worked hard in his own garden. On the face of it, Mr. Lamb appears to be mysterious, lonely old fellow, but in reality he is very kind, generous, loving, altruistic person. Look, on face of it, that means while we go through it, we see that Mr. Lamb, what he is, he's a lame person who is mysterious, who is living alone, and who is lonely as well, who does not have any fellow who is old as well, but at the same time he is very kind. We are not able to see it from his going through the story, but through his acts we are able to know. Through his appearances we are not able to know, but through his acts we are able to know that he's loving, altruistic. So he has all these qualities. People who suffer from disabilities must always look at the brighter side of the things and adapt to reality of life bravely. As I was saying, that people who have disability, they should, or other peoples as well, we should not take the negative aspect of, we should look at the brighter aspect of each and everybody, brighter side of each and everything, and we should bravely adapt what comes into our way. So appearances are deceptive. Again, I am just emphasizing in this very chapter, I am emphasizing this very thing, that appearances are deceptive. That what human beings look, it can be that they are altogether different from that. So never go on appearances, and most often we go on dealing with impressions and prejudice about other without caring to know about them properly. So the thing is that we need to know person, then only we can make any opinion about those. So we don't have to make opinion on the behalf of inconvenience, or we can say, sorry, impressions or prejudice. So that I don't like his face, so he may be a person who may be crook. No, it should not be like that. I have to make an opinion when I really care about those persons and know them. And last thing is, the actual pain of inconvenience caused by the physical impairment is often much less than the sense of alienation felt by the person. Look, words may be more dangerous than, we can say, stones or sticks, because words have more long lasting effect on the heart of a human being. So maybe if you will just beat anybody by sticks, maybe he'll forget in 2 or 3 days. But if you will keep on just causing him inconvenience, giving him we can say harsh words, just very now and then just ridiculing him, this person will feel that pain for the whole life. So please mind your words when you speak about any person. Mind your words when you speak out to them. Mind your words when you have anything to say to them. Just think. That's why it's said that first you need to think, then only you need to speak. Do that very thing, and definitely we will prosper in life, and we have to take care of these persons as well. That was all in this very video. Hope you liked it. Thank you very much.